toast to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Hemp hard.
Legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Sean Mack. Now let's talk some damn sports.
He got in there to do what he had to do, and I did what I had to do. I made it victorious, made the best man win. So I showed my respect as good sportsmanship. But at the end of the day, I don't like the dude, period.
Would you fight him again ever?
Yeah, we'll get it in. It don't matter. But I'm off to bigger and better things.
All right, next year, we've got a big fight coming up in January. J-Rock will look to defend his titles. We haven't had an undisputed champion in this division since 2004. The last one to do it was Winky Wright. Before that, it goes back to 1975. Would you like that fight, that winner, next?
We the history-making twins, and I'm down for whatever make history. We did what we had to do. Finna enjoy this Christmas with my family. I'm gonna sit back and we finna celebrate and have a good time. He held the title too long. I had to come back and get it.
Congratulations.
We held the title too long. I had to come back and get it. Thanks for tuning in, Sports Fans Only Boxing. C. Anthony, back again with another video. Today we're going to be touching up on Jermell Charlo, a.k.a. Beast Mode, a.k.a. the most dangerous man in boxing. Okay, we're going to get right into it. Jermell, he's been out there for a while, one of my favorite fighters. I'll say a lot of people think he's from Houston. I know he was raised there, spent a lot of his time there, went to school there, trained there, but where I'm from, we all think he come from Louisiana, so we claiming him. And you know, Lafayette, Louisiana, that's where he's really from. A lot of people don't know that, so I like to say I'm from Louisiana also. So we gonna dig right in. First off, I want to give a shout out to Derek James. He just won WBA Trainer of the Year, so congrats. I always said in some other videos that I'm always looking at the trainers. The trainers do big damage. I'm gonna probably mention him a little bit more up in this right here, but I'm gonna start off with Jermell. You know, a couple of his last fights, you know, against top-notch competition. He had Lubin. Lubin is overlooked. Rosario, we saw what he did. Rosario is real strong, powerful. I was really shocked that Jermell dropped him, finished him with a jab to the body. That kind of shocked me. Tony Harrison, you know, I gotta admit, he was touching Jermell, did real well, but you know, he decided to walk down a power puncher with his chin. You know, and I said something about Tony Harris' chin before. He got that old wine glass that you found in the basement chin. You know that shit fragile. But that was a big mistake by him. He was doing well, but Iron Man, you know, Jermell, he claimed that name, real hard hitter. I'll say stamina on point always. With stamina, I go back to trainer. I want to hop into Derek James just a little bit. Side note, when I talk about stamina and trainers knowing their boxers, when you go back to I think it's the night round of that fight, I love when Derek James was like, he was talking some gibberish, then all of a sudden the ref came over, and then he got the information. He said, what round? He says, the 10th round. Then he started talking English. He said, okay, you got stamina, right? You got condition. He said, hook to the head, hook to the body, double jab, cracking with the right. He said, don't try it, do it. And I was like, shit. That's the kind of stuff when I talk about with a good trainer. And then a couple minutes later, what you get? TKO. Shouts out, salute to the boy, Derek James. You know, Jermell Charlo, foot speed, hand speed, gas tank, decent head movement, good movement, probably is going to get a little bit better. You know, another thing too, I made a video, I got to say it did well. It's the Canelo will KO Jermell Charlo. It should have been called If. I forgot the if in that video, but we're going to talk a lot about that as it get closer, but I'm going to keep it with Jermell right now. So I want to say the 154 division it's not looked over, but it's not where all the superstars are, like where all the big money makers. Canelo come in, he floats out, you know, 54, 60, 68, things like that. But this is where the guys really could drop you at. You know, all these guys got power. Whether they have wins, losses, this is a dangerous division. So I will say he's the beast of that division, but he's also the beast of boxing because he is one of the most avoided people out there. You know, him and Andrade were supposed to clash a while back. That never happened, but the future looking bright for the boy Jermell. You know, I gotta say, him and his twin, they do their thing. You know, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this. I'll say that coming up in the, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Canelo and the Charlo thing. What I was talking about, the wide loopy punches from over in the other videos. That's where I think it's gonna come down to the trainers when if they fight, because I think that I was looking at some tapes, some film last night. I mean some videos, and Charlo, he throw that right hand so quick, Canelo might not be able to catch him. So that's going that fight is definitely probably gonna happen at the end of this year. We're gonna see what's going on with Canelo, with Charlo, and the virus, and how they're gonna have these events. But I gotta say, man, you know, this is an overlooked division. Charlo, he been digging in, getting stronger, quicker, faster. He doesn't get the press that I think he probably should get at that division, because he's not one of the money people. But he is chasing Canelo. Canelo is like sort of like the king of the hill. He's like, he has the money, got the belts, the TV time, the big contracts, and I think, you know, that circle is closing in on Canelo, but Charlo is right there, gaining. Beast mode. I gotta say, coming up real soon, I think in his next fights, if he doesn't get the Canelo fight, some fights I like to probably see him take will be I gotta say, Julian J Rock, his brother finished him, but I always wanted to see him. I wanted to see Julian clash with both of the brothers. I would say also that Charlo, he's not pointing his career, like he's not young, but he's not old. So I think maybe 2021 and 2022 is going to define his career as being more than just a slugger. I think he's well proven to be a star, and he has the I think he has the ability to beat everybody at 154. The problem is not the problem, but the only thing right now, everybody's moving around. So in my head, I'm not sure if he's going to be a natural middleweight at 160 or he's going to stay down at 154. But I will say he's been avoided by most people, and they don't acknowledge the fear that he have. He is like the Marshawn Lynch of boxing. You know, he did lose that one time to Tony Harris. That could have went either way. He did drop Harrison in the first round, but Harrison boxed well. You know, so he got 1-1. So right now he's 35 wins, 1 loss, 18 KOs. I believe he's 30 years old. So we're gonna keep an eye on Charlo. I just want to stop in, touch this up a little bit. We're gonna follow this right up with his next opponent that whenever it's gonna take place. So I'm gonna say thanks for tuning in. Jermell Charlo, aka Beast Mode, the Beast of Boxing, boxing's most dangerous and feared. Sports fans only.